So villains. Villains are important. Antagonists are important. They cannot be weak. Your protagonist should a good fight, a moral fight, a fight that is worth fighting for. Antagonist is the second most important character, if not the first. The first one is the one that leads the main character throughout his journey and shows him the path. There are various structures. One of them is man versus man. Another one is man versus society. Another one is man versus himself or herself. Among these genres, the most understandable for your audience, man versus man. Two people are facing each other with different ideologies, different belief system. That is something that is understandable, which often does happen in our everyday life. Two ideas does conflict each other. Basically what they're doing is writing a comparative essay, argumentative essay. Person A and person B is arguing one of them is more right than the other one. We expect the main character to win. At the end of the movie, you're gonna build up to something, right? You're building up to this big fight. That's where the main argument happens. What happens here is that two ideas meet. And if it's an action movie, it gets physical. So everybody likes the underdog, that's for sure. The underdog story structure is like this, that one person stands up for the impossible. Well, against all the odds, the person does win. The hero does win. Slumdog Millionaire. What's happening in this movie is that he is a homeless and he grew up on the streets. He finds a chance to go into the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And against all the odds, without even going to school, he ends up winning this competition. Everybody tells him, no, you can't do it. It's impossible to win that. He grew up on the streets, but he gained some knowledge throughout his journey. This is what happens in that movie, Slumdog Millionaire. He answers all the questions. He only knows like 10, 20 things in his life. And that 20 things turns out to be those questions. Yes, in the story, that's one of the things that you guys gotta consider. You cannot leave something hanging in the air. You always build up. So you feed your audience with an idea. Let's say, I don't know, the person goes into a bar and like sees a TV on the news and it says earthquake is happening. Audience might expect something with earthquake is gonna happen. And as a writer, you didn't. Well, then the question is, why did you write that scene if it's not important? That's bad writing. If it's only important for the script, you put it in there. If it's not important, you just don't do it. What your audience will not like is harsh plot twist. You cannot just write a script and cut the last 30 minutes and change it with another one. That's ridiculous. Oh, it was a dream. Hey, how didn't I see that? Well, here it is. You build up to it. So here's the formula for the great movie plot twist. So you know what's gonna happen, right? In the case of Fight Club, the audience will realize that the movie wasn't about these characters, but there was only one character. You gave them ideas that implies that this character is not real. And at the point of revealing that idea, you say your audience can go, damn it, how didn't I see that coming?